Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the May 1st meeting of the Columbus City Council. This is our proclamation and resolution session. It's an opportunity for us to get together and celebrate you all, folks in our community that are doing remarkable things and achieving great heights. I tell you, when you get through this evening, you're going to know that Columbus, Georgia is indeed a special place to be. For those of you who are watching CCG TV on TV or on live streaming, let me tell you that the chamber is full. We're going to move along as quickly as we can this evening, but we want to get started as we do every time we come together and have an invocation. We invite different faith leaders throughout the community to come forward to provide their words and comfort to us and inspiration consistent with their faith tradition. And so today we have Reverend Emily Beal, who's from the Forgiving Heart Christian Community Church, and we want to invite Reverend Bell up. So good to see you. And let me get that podium mic on. There we go. Oh, one more time. There we go.
There it is.
Good evening.
Good evening. Would you bow your heads with me, please? Holy One, known by many names and beyond all names, we ask your blessing on the people who've been called to lead this community in which we live and work and play. Help us as leaders and citizens to not only ask how do we fix this, but what do we need to learn? How might we need to change? And to whom do we need to listen? Remind the leaders, because we all forget from time to time, especially in the ruckus of what passes for political debate today, that they are not only leaders but servants, and that it is their responsibility and ours to serve the common good for all. Remind them that no matter where we live, no matter who we are, everyone, gay, straight, transgender, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, Sikh, or even atheists, all are neighbors. Throughout the ages, prophets have called the leaders of the people to respect and protect the least of those among us, our children, the elderly, the poor, those who are hungry, and those who have no homes, those who are ill in body, mind, or spirit, the strangers and immigrants in our midst, those who live on the margins, those who are alone, and those who are forgotten. Grant them and us the wisdom and courage to know and do what is right and good and true. May we all speak out when it is time to speak out, and listen patiently and respectively when it is time to listen. May we always be guided by the spirit of community, by the spirit of justice, and by the spirit of love. And I pray for the ability for all to work together in harmony, even when there's honest disagreement. And as we pay tribute today with proclamations, recognizing the achievements of the good citizens and organizations of this wonderful city, let us remember that it takes all of us working together to make Columbus, Georgia, a city for the citizens to be proud of. We pray in the name of all that we hold holy and sacred. Amen.
Amen. Reverend Bell, thank you so much for that beautiful prayer. And it was just last month that you were here with a group of folks when we were recognizing you and your community efforts. So we're so glad to have you back again.
It's an honor to be here.
Opening us up with the invocation. Thank you so very much. All right, I want to call forward the Wesley Height Elementary School students. We have some great students here, and they are ready to go. So if you all will come forward, Tiasha has a microphone for you. Turn around and look at the flag. All right, if you would all stand up and prepare for them to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Turn this way, sweetie. You can come in after.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, and indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. Wow, so good. Well, I want to call your principal up too, if you have any teachers here. And while they come on up, I want you to say your name and how old you are. Yes, sir.
I'm Noah, and I'm 6 years old.
Okay, great. Jaden, you want to go next? What's your name?
I'm Jaden.
What's your
and
name?
I'm 6 years old.
But what's your name?
I'm 5 years old. I'm Jalen and I'm 6 years old.
Okay.
My name is Vaya and I'm 5 years old.
Okay.
I'm Destiny and I'm 6 years old. I'm Leona and I'm 6. My name is Mariah and I'm 6.
Okay.
My name is Jamez and I'm 5. My name is Trinity and I'm 5. My name is Master, I'm 6. My name is Elena and I'm 5.
All right. We've got, one more. Did you want to say your name and tell us how old you are?
I'm Kyrie Green and I'm 9 years old.
Wonderful. Yay. We want your principal to come and introduce, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Precious Evans, and I am the proud principal of Wesley Heights Elementary School. And we have with us, is it okay?
Parents?
Parents, please stand.
Parents and friends, teachers, supporters, Wesley Heights.
Stand up. Thank you for having us.
Thank you all so much.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, come back and help us again real soon, okay? Let's give them another round of applause for the great job they did. All right, we're going to have just one adjustment in our agenda tonight. Everybody's time is precious, but when I was out there saying hello to everyone, one young man told me he had a concert tonight at 6:15. And let me tell you what, if we don't do his right now, he ain't going to make a 6:15 concert. So I want to call forward the Educational and Innovator Day participants. If you all would come forward, please. I know Mr. Turner's here. And all those who are here with Mr. Turner for Educational and Innovator Day, please come forward to the podium. And Counselor Pops Barnes is going to read a special proclamation if you turn on his microphone. Anyone else with Educational and Innovators Day? Okay. All right, Counselor Barnes.
Mayor, all proclamations are special to me when I give them out. But I can remember, Mike, how long ago has it been?
Now it's about 4 years.
4 years ago when Mike walked in my office and said, come on down to council, we get you supported. You've done a marvelous job with a capital M with these young people. And so it's my pleasure to read this proclamation. It reads thusly, it says, whereas the Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association, CPC, is a not-for-profit educational organization dedicated to the education of individuals interested in inventing. And whereas the purpose of CPC is to create awareness of creating new products for the marketplace through the invention process and to help young people and adults become future entrepreneurs. And whereas CPC has been in place since 2010 and continues to motivate students to become innovative and creative in producing products that will improve the way we do things in our everyday lives. And whereas CPC collaborated with Columbus State University and the Muskogee County School District to judge students during the Columbus Regional Science and Engineering Fair held on January the 29th, 2018. And whereas middle and high school students presented projects that they created for the fair. And whereas 3 student winners were given a free membership to Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association. And whereas the mayor and council of Columbus, Georgia, recognized the important relationships among the Board of Education, Columbus State University, and CPC, and joined the citizens of Columbus, Georgia, in extending congratulations to the 3 student winners. And please excuse me if I do not pronounce your name correctly. The student winners were Abhin Vigezna, thank you, William Smallwood, and Priyanka Parekh.
Do you want to announce what day it is?
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, I'm so excited. Hey, look, y'all, I'm so excited with these young folks. I'm beginning to read the whole proclamation. So now, therefore, the Teresa Pike Thompson The Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May the 1st, 2018 as Education and Innovation Day in the city of Columbus, Georgia.
Excellent.
Now we
Mr. Turner, please say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, Pops. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, City Manager. You know, it's a pleasure coming back here again. I mean, we've been here every year for the last 4 years, and it's amazing to me how working with a lot of these young kids, they're so very creative and innovative. It bogs my mind because these are the future of us today. And we have some fabulous students. I'm going to give them an opportunity to briefly talk about what their products are and what school they come from. So the first person I want to bring up is Mr. William Smallwood.
Hi, as Mr. Turner said, I'm Evan Smallwood, and my project was on the effect of video games on ADHD and whether video games could cause ADHD. So the project was really important to me because I've seen people in my everyday lives after they play video games, you know, they can get kind of wired, energetic, and it made me wonder if there was any connection. And in modern days where we're constantly playing games on our phones and on our gaming consoles at home, to me it was really important to figure out whether this correlation was true. So that. Oh, sorry. I go to Veterans Memorial Middle School.
Wonderful, thank you.
And his parents are here. You want to stand up, please?
Parents?
The next person I want to bring up is Abim Vegasna.
Hello, my name is Abin Vagesna. I'm in the 8th grade. I'm from Blackman Road Middle School. And before I begin, I would like to thank my parents and my family, and also for Mr. Turner, and also for everyone here, because without you, us children couldn't really make a real impact in the world. And so my project was about how magnetism affects the regeneration of planaria. And planaria are just like flatworms that are known to regenerate. And scientists have been studying them to find cures for brain damage and other neurological diseases. So I wanted to find out if magnetism could help aid this research. And so I got neodymium magnets, and I had different levels ranging from 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 7 pounds of pull force. And at the end, I found that unfortunately, it doesn't have much of an effect. But I'm hoping to try this project again. I'll do the same thing, but maybe have a long experiment. Maybe find out if there's really a connection to really help scientists. But I believe that whether magnetism affects it or not, experiments like this one can really unlock like the hidden secrets of these amazing creatures. And this research can really help create a better world for everyone.
Wow.
Now, I know his parents are here. You want to please stand? Now, this next person amazed me because if you recognize her, you know that she was one of our winners 2 years ago. And it's amazing to me to see her continue to develop her project every single year. And a lot of good things is going to happen to this young lady because she's amazing, as well as the other two individuals that just came up. So, Priyanka, will you come up and tell us briefly what your project was?
Hello, I'm Priyanka Parikh. I'm a junior at Columbus High School. I conducted a 2-year study at Emory University that involves enhancing T-cell immune responses to better fight diseases like cancer and HIV. And I'd just like to add that it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Wow.
She didn't tell you all the awards that she received, particularly the one from the school district. What was that one? No. Tell me.
So one of the awards I received at the regional fair was Best in Fair.
Wow.
This young lady is going to go places. I can tell you that right now. I can see the future. She's going to be doing some great things. Her parents are here as well. There they go. So on behalf of the Columbus Phoenix City Inventors Association, we want to thank you for your time, and we will continue to bring these wonderful creative students in front of all of you. So thank you.
Great. We have Council Barnes.
I know this gentleman personally. It was 4 years ago. He is so humble. But when he came into my office, he said, I want to start working with children. I have been working. I need to expand it. What can I do? And you have done, Mike, over the years, such a marvelous job. And I personally know it has not been easy for him. When you have an idea and you approach people, and it takes, you got to have those dead presidents to make anything happen. And a lot of times people don't know, you have a good heart, but they're reluctant to give. But he stayed the course, went in his own pocket, mentored these young people, and just, if you can look at it, see, with T cells and some of the things that they're doing, it's just marvelous. A year ago was a young man, he purified water. He made so this is just awesome, but a lot of the credit, all the credit belongs to you and your organization for taking the time and mentoring the future here, because you are correct. They are the future. And I'm looking at the faces of everybody who's so proud of these youngsters here, but you deserve a lot of credit, Mike, and I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right, we've got the Mr. City Manager.
Mayor, I'd like for Deputy City Manager Goodwin to recognize one of the students,
Okay.
and she'll tell you why.
Okay.
Yes, we definitely congratulate all of the students, but I do want to recognize Mr. Smallwood, who is a member of our Youth Advisory Council.
All right.
This young man here. And he certainly contributes a lot to YAC, and we're so proud of you for this as well.
Wonderful.
I think I made a good choice, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Well, I told everyone when we got started that we were going to be recognizing folks that are making this community better and that we're so very proud of, and we're not letting you down so far, I'll tell you that. So thank you all. We look forward to all the wonderful things you're going to do, and I look forward to your leadership roles in our community. If you would come around and let us recognize you, shake your hand. Let's give them one more round of applause, folks.
T-cells, that's important. Congratulations. Thank you. No, you're so awesome, Mike. Call me, Mike. Congratulations, Dad. Appreciate it. Thank you.
He's got a concert too.
All right. Well, we're going to continue on with this theme of excellence and ask our Peer Award winner, Charlene Kendrick, Tanika McLean, and Shane Walker to come forward, please. If you'll come to the podium. And we have our Mayor Pro Tem to read a special proclamation. If you could get her mic, please. You hit your button, I'll get it. I got it. There we go. Do we have Shane? No? Shane here? Okay. Shane is not here.
Good evening. Whereas the employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are its most valuable assets, and whereas it is important to recognize the various achievements of employees, including the Peer Award, and whereas the Promoting Employee Excellence Through Recognition Award recognizes employees who make constant contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance, who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and/or customer service, and who significantly enhance the work environment by contributing to the personal well-being of coworkers and/or their families. And whereas Charlene Kendrick, an employee of the Human Resources Department, has been selected as the recipient for the first quarter of 2018. And also, whereas Tanika McLean, an employee of Muscogee County Prison, has been selected as a recipient for the first quarter of 2018. And whereas all citizens of Columbus, Georgia, and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are urged to recognize and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by these outstanding employees. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 1st as Charlene Kendrick's Day and Tanika McLean Day.
All right. Tanika, would you like to say a few words, and then Charlene?
I just want to thank the City of Columbus. I also want to thank my peers for nominating me. And just thank you. I'm just humbled to be here. Thank you.
I just want to thank my peers, and I thank the City of Columbus. I'm always excited to be here. I'm always excited to be a part of Columbus Consolidated Government, and I also want to thank my family for being here tonight. Thank you.
Well, if you're here with Tanika, whether you're a coworker, family, friend, stand up and let's recognize you for being here. It's awesome. Yes, thank you. Thank you. She's got a few shy friends in the middle. And how about with Charlene? Anyone from HR and that group? Family, friends? Thank you, Rita. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, thank you. If I don't get 2 emails from Charlene a day, there's something wrong. So anyway, thank you all for what you do. You're so special, and you really do epitomize our great, great workers here in the city. Come around and let us shake your hand and congratulate you. Let's give them another round of applause. Congratulations. Tanika, thank you for all you do. And we also had Shane Walker, who wasn't able to be here. And Corey, if you want to come forward and just get this to give to him, who's with our Information Technology Department. Shane does such a fantastic job, and I hate we couldn't recognize him, but we'll make sure he gets that. Thank you so much. All right, we want to call forward Matthew Dolan for an annual award. Is Matthew here? All right. This is our 2017 Peer of the Year Award. So I'm going to let the Mayor Pro Tem read a special proclamation.
Good evening. Whereas, as I said before, our employees are our most valuable assets because people see you before they see us. Mm-hmm. And it is important to recognize various achievements of these employees, including the 2017 Peer of the Year Award, that's Promoting Employee Excellence Through Recognition Award. And it recognizes employees who make constant contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance, who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and our customer service, and who significantly enhance the work environment by contributing to the personal well-being of their coworkers and or their families. And whereas Matthew Dolan, an employee of the Columbus Consolidated Government, has been selected as the recipient for the 2017 Peer of the Year Award for 2017. And we ask that all citizens and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government recognize him and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by this outstanding employee. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 1st as Matthew Dolan's Day.
All right. Matthew, tell us a little bit about what you do here and how it is you came about this award, being the best of the best.
Yes, my name is Matthew Dolan. I'm the Assistant Manager of Waste Disposal Division within Public Works. The Waste Disposal Division, we operate both your active landfills and we oversee all your closed landfills within the city of Columbus. I'm just one of a few, many that handle all your MSW and yard waste.
Well, thank you.
I would like to thank Michael Burgess, Donna Newman, Pat Biegler, Kyle McGee, Ron Smith, and Don Osborne, and everyone else in the Waste Disposal Division and Integrated Waste and Public Works and Engineering and so on, for giving and allowing me the opportunity to serve Columbus every day. I am truly grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Well, we're truly grateful to have you. And I see you've got a family member, friends, and co-workers. So y'all stand up and be recognized. Wave your hand if you already should. There we go. All right. Well, Matthew, again, thank you for what you do. Please come around and let us shake your hand and congratulate you on a job well done. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Did we miss this?
What's that?
Paula Carter.
She's next.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
It's usually the one of the years last.
Wait a minute. Why don't you go ahead and, it looks like Matthew's got the same, you want to do Matthew again? Matthew, come on up here. Wait, he's a twofer. He's the next one.
Is that the
Yeah.
same one?
No, we got Paula Carter first, and then
That's the same one we did.
You don't want to, okay, well, they say you got to sit back down and then we got to get you back up. I was just trying to save you a few steps, I apologize. Okay, we're going to have Paula Carter, who's our Individual Excellence Award winner for the quarter. Paula, if you come forward, and we're going to have the Mayor Pro Tem read a special proclamation.
And I know I'm repeating myself, but I want you to understand it's important I repeat myself because these employees are very special, and they deserve it. Whereas employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are its most valuable assets, and whereas it is important to recognize the various achievements of employees, and whereas the Individual Excellence Award is the highest form of recognition given to an employee of the Columbus Consolidated Government. Whereas the Individual Excellence Award recognizes employees who make consistent contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance, as viewed by supervisors and managers, and who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and our customer service. Whereas Paula Carter, an employee of the Columbus Fire and Emergency Medical Services, has been selected as the recipient for the first quarter of 2018. And whereas all citizens of Columbus and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government are urged to recognize and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by this outstanding employee. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, hereby proclaims Tuesday, May 1st, 2018 as Paula Carter's Day.
Well, Paula, congratulations. Please say a few words.
Well, thank you so much for this honor. I want to thank my training chief, Tim Smith for nominating me for this award, and for all the training division. Larry Keaton's here with me today, as with some of the command staff, Marie Harrell and Chief Greg Lang. I thank them all. I thank you for this opportunity. This is such a wonderful award, and I'm very much appreciative.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to recognize those folks. If you're here with Paula today, stand up.
There you are.
All right. Thank y'all for being here. Well, Paula, again, thank you for your excellence on the job, and we'd love to recognize you. So come around and let us shake your hand. Let's give her another round of applause, folks.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Actually, got a day for me.
Well, a few minutes ago when I said Matthew Dolan was the best of the best, I meant he was doubly so. He also won the annual Excellence Award. So Matthew, if you come back up and let us embarrass you one more time. We're going to turn it over to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Whereas the employees are its most valuable assets. Whereas it is important to recognize various achievements. And like she said before, he was the 2017 Peer of the Year Award before. And this time he's receiving, whereas the 2017 Individual Excellence of the Year Award is the highest form of recognition given to an employee of the Columbus Consolidated Government. Whereas the 2017 Individual Excellence of the Year Award recognizes employees who make consistent contributions to the organization through outstanding job performance as viewed by supervisors and managers, and who set an example of outstanding quality management, teamwork, and customer service. And whereas Matthew Dolan, an employee of the Columbus Consolidated Government, has been selected as recipient for 2017 Individual Excellence of the Year Award. And we're asking all citizens and employees of the Columbus Consolidated Government to recognize and appreciate the contributions made to the public good by him. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Thomas, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, hereby proclaims Tuesday, May 1st, 2018, is Matthew Dolan's Day in Columbus, Georgia. So you got 2 days in one.
Yeah, that's right. Now, where's the 5-minute speech? No 5 minutes? Nothing?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I would truly appreciate it.
Well, this is a
Only had one.
rarity. I say take these two things and take it to McDonald's, see if you can't get a free sundae or something. This doesn't happen. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That is so cute.
What outstanding folks we're so fortunate to have, and I hope you all out there know, of course, that the city doesn't run by itself. We've got such great folks out there when we're sleeping and otherwise in our house, safe and warm and dry, and they're out there getting the trees out of the road and otherwise making sure our life goes on as we want it to. So again, thank you all so much for what you do. And next, we've got some other leaders in our community. We've got the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, Inc., the Delta Iota Lambda Chapter, and we're going to ask all of them to come forward. There's a slew of them listed here. So I'm just going to say, if you're with Alpha Phi Alpha, you come on up. And I can't imagine who in the world we're going to have read this one. I just don't even know. Don't even know. Counselor Huff, you want to hit your mic there? There you go. You got it.
Good evening, brothers.
Good evening.
I think the city manager stepped out for a minute, but we always have our moment. because he takes good care of Omega Psi Phi when they come in the building, so I want to make sure I do the same for you all. Glad to have you here, and for the public, we call ourselves the Divine Nine. There are 9 different fraternities and sororities in Columbus that get together, and we do a lot of community service work together. But today is about my Alpha brothers. Proclamation reads, whereas the Delta Iota Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was chartered on June 1st, 1948 in Columbus, Georgia, with the chapter's founders, Richard M. Haskin, Frank Q. Johnson, Theodore Johnson, Isaiah J. Terry, Wesley M. Thomas, John White, and Clifton U. Williams. And whereas Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated includes such notable members as social reformer Frederick Douglass, writer, historian W.B. Du Bois, civil rights activist Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., former mayor of Atlanta and U.S. Ambassador Andrew Young, legendary jazz musician Duke Ellington, Olympic gold medalist Jesse Owens, Grammy Award winner Lionel Richie, businessman and publisher John H. Johnson, and Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. And whereas the Delta Iota Lambda chapter has for the last 70 years served the Columbus, Georgia community by contributing the success of various projects, including its annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Unity Award Breakfast, the Bob Wright Symposium on Business Empowerment, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Voter Registration Initiative, Project Alpha, Youth Mentoring Program, Go to High School, Go to College, Preparedness Initiative, Summer Fan Drive, Winter Coat Drive, the M. Delmar Edwards Men's Health Awareness Expo, Thanksgiving Baskets Giveaway, Alpha Phi Alpha Scholarship Program, and the Miss Black and Gold pageant that provides scholarships to young women. And in addition to those very worthy programs, the Delta Iota Lambda chapter also supports local charitable organizations including March of Dimes, Boy Scouts of America, Lonnie Jackson Academy, Davis Broadcasting Community Radiothon, and the Youth and Law Workshop with the 100 Black Men of America, and the Jack and Jill Botillion Career and College Workshop. And whereas the members of the chapter also provide leadership on the boards of numerous professional and community organizations across the Tri-City area to support economic, educational, and improvement of the quality of life in the Columbus region. Whereas the members of the Delta Iota Lambda chapter have faithfully worked to continue to the guiding principles of the national organization that includes manly deeds, scholarship, and love for all mankind. And its motto, first of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. Whereas the Delta Iota Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated celebrates 70 years of service this year. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 1st, 2018, as Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Iota Lambda Chapter Day.
Well, gentlemen, welcome. And thank you for all you do in this community. Please, say a few words.
Thank you so much. Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council, I am Oz Roberts, and I'm honored to serve as president of the Delta Iota Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And we thank you for this recognition as we begin our 70th year of service to this great fraternity. On December 4th, 1906, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity, the first intercollegiate fraternity for African American men, with 7 bold and courageous visionary men, fondly known as our jewels, founded this great fraternity on the campus of Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. Our mission is to develop leaders, promote brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy for our communities. On June 1st, 1948, the Delta Iota Lambda chapter was chartered in Columbus, Georgia. Since its charter, the Delta Iota Lambda chapter has initiated over 80 brothers into this great fraternity. Most notably, M. Delmar Edwards, who was the first African-American surgeon here in Columbus, and Jeffrey Fletcher, who was the garrison commander at Fort Benning, Georgia. Delta Alpha Lambda brothers are deeply rooted in our community as members of our military, members of the clergy, businessmen, doctors, lawyers, teachers, and many other noble professions. Some members of the fraternity you know very well, like Brother Bruce Huff, one of your councilmen, as well as the first African-American city councilman, Bob Wright, is a member of our chapter as well. With the aid of our annual Dr. Martin Luther King Unity Award Breakfast and the Bob Wright Symposium, we're proud that you, Mayor, was the 2018 recipient of our Unity Award this year. So thank you. So we applaud you for that. And with our Onward and Upward Foundation, our chapter has reinvested into the community over $250,000 in college scholarships and community programs. Again, we thank you for this recognition, and first of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much. And we want to make sure we get everybody introduced, so Alexis has the microphone. Just, you get it started there.
Good evening, I'm Morgan Hill. Good evening, I'm Dr. Erman Eldridge.
Good evening, I'm Brother Cecilio Gill. Good evening, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Kenny Davis. My name is Dr. Harold Mayweather.
Good evening, my name is Sebastian Dixon.
Good evening, my name is Sir Michael Jones.
Good evening, Council, my name is John Hedgeson.
Good evening, I'm Lionel Haynes Jr.
Good evening, I'm Andrew McBride.
Good evening, I'm Brother Michael Soul Muhammad.
Good evening, I'm Benny Jennings.
Good evening, I'm Brother Carl Hamilton.
And sir, did we miss you? Yeah.
Thank you, I'm Billy Seabury.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all. You are such tremendous leaders of this community, and Councilor Huff is correct, a legacy indeed. We so appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Mr. Roberts, mentioning the award. It was one of the highlights of my life. So thank you so much. You all come around and let us shake your hand, and thank you for your contributions to our community. All right, we're keeping it going on. As you can see, it's an evening well spent recognizing these wonderful folks, and it doesn't end here. We've got some more. We want to invite some folks forward that do tremendous things in our community. The drug court is what they call an alternative court. You all probably been hearing, y'all come forward. You've probably been hearing about the prison reform we have in this state that's been so successful, and one of the reasons why is because we have a full implementation of these alternative courts that give people an opportunity to redeem their lives, to get their lives back as it was before, and to go forward as productive family members and neighbors. And so we want to ask Councilor Judy Thomas to read this special proclamation.
It's my privilege to read this into the record for us. Whereas drug courts provide focus and leadership for community-wide anti-drug systems, bringing together criminal justice, treatment, education, and other community partners in the fight against drug abuse and criminality. And whereas drug courts are the cornerstone of justice reform sweeping the nation, combining intensive judicial supervision, mandatory substance abuse treatment, and drug testing with escalating incentives and sanctions in order to break the cycle of drug addiction. And whereas the Muskogee County Adult Drug Court has served over 350 individuals locally. And whereas treatment courts are now recognized as the most successful justice system intervention in our nation's history. And whereas treatment courts save up to $27 for every dollar invested and up to $13,000 for every individual they serve. And whereas treatment courts significantly improve substance and disorder treatment outcomes, substantially reduce addiction and related crime, and do so at less expense than any other criminal justice strategy. And whereas treatment courts improve education, employment, housing, and financial stability, promote family reunification, reduce foster care placements, and increase the rate of addicted mothers delivering babies, and decrease the rate of addicted mothers delivering babies who are fully drug-free. And whereas treatment courts facilitate community-wide partnerships, bringing together public safety and public health professionals. And whereas treatment courts demonstrate that when one person rises out of substance abuse use and crime, we all rise. And whereas the mayor and council recognize the judges, staff members, practitioners, and participants who make drug courts work, and the significant contributions the drug courts have made and continue to make in reducing drug usage and crime. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim the month of May as Drug Court Month.
Right.
Congratulations.
Dana, please come forward and say a few words. Judge.
Wasn't really planning on
All
this, but I am the newest member of the team. I was very fortunate to be able to more or less inherit a program that's been very well set up by Judge Frank Jordan and all of this team behind me. And I've been over at the Government Center for 32 years now, and this is probably the most rewarding and the most emotionally draining program that I've been involved with. We have drug court every Wednesday, and it can get very raw and very emotional, but it is also very truly rewarding. And we talk about the number of participants that we have served, but I believe that we are really serving this community in addressing these problems. So I'm fortunate to be part of this and to step into what has been very well set up, and we appreciate all of y'all's support for the program.
Well, thank you. If you all haven't been to a drug court graduation, you really need to go. I mean, you're truly changing people's lives. And what's that rate again? It's, I can't remember if it was in here, but the rate, Dana, what's the, the rate of retention, if you will? Yeah.
Currently, the adult drug court, we have a graduation rate a little over 50%, but there's an 80% reduction in recidivism for all persons who complete our program.
Fantastic. Well, they're a shy bunch, but y'all are going to have to introduce yourselves.
It's a multidisciplinary program, so I was going to have everybody come up and identify themselves and what it is that they do.
Yeah, y'all can come forward if you want to and just,
I'm Dana Solomon. I'm the coordinator for the adult drug court.
Chelsea Baker. I'm the probation and parole officer for drug court.
Charles Barnes, case manager.
Either way,
My name is Ray Tillery. I'm the drug court prosecutor. I'm bringing greetings on behalf of our district attorney, Julia Slater, who is fully supportive of drug court.
I'm Cindy Brasky, and I'm a mental health counselor for the drug court.
And I'm Ingrid Edwards, and I'm a case manager with drug court.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Andrew Cox. I'm the program and clinical evaluator with the drug court. Love every minute of it.
I'm Caitlin Malone, and I'm also a mental health counselor for drug court.
I'm Karina Thompson, and I'm the administrator's assistant to the drug court coordinator.
we'd just like to add, they're not here tonight, but we also have 4 deputy sheriffs who work for Sheriff Donna Tompkins, who work with our team as well and provide our community supervision of all of our participants.
How great. Thank you all for all you do. Did you, sir, did you in the black shirt say your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, everybody, we got everybody in. Thank y'all. Come around, let us shake your hand. Let's give them another round of applause. I'll give this to Dana. Yeah, here you go. Congratulations. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, Ray. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate all you do. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate all you do. Thank you. Yeah. All right, next we're going to call forward folks with a clinical trial awareness. We've got Dr. Jeffrey Kingsley, we've got Dr. Christine Singh, we've got Felicia Urban, and Counselor Mike Baker is going to read the proclamation. So glad to have you all with us this evening. Thank you.
Good, thank you for coming. It's my honor to read this proclamation into the record, and then you can give us a little information about the clinical trials. Whereas past and present groundbreaking scientific advances were possible only because of participation of volunteers in clinical research, and whereas only through clinical research can we gain insights and answers about the safety and effectiveness of drugs and therapies, and whereas 85% of patients are either unaware or unsure that participation in a clinical trial was an option at the time of the diagnosis, and whereas 75% of patients said they would have been willing to enroll had they known it was possible. And whereas 73% of those who joined a clinical trial said they did so because their health care providers' awareness of clinical trials, and whereas 11% of sites failed to enroll even a single patient, or 1 out of every 10 study sites cannot find a single person to test potentially life-saving new technologies, and whereas 37% of sites do not meet their enrollment, and whereas 40% of surveyed adults do not understand what clinical trials are, and only 32% would even consider participating. And whereas local Columbus, Georgia clinical research companies are actively conducting more than 70 trials at a time and are counting on the community to help by volunteering. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim the month of May as Clinical Trials Awareness Month. Thank you for coming.
Such important work. Doctors, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thank you. Thanks for helping get the word out on clinical trials and the needed awareness. Nothing can happen in healthcare. Innovation doesn't happen in healthcare without going through this process. It's incredibly regulated, and it should be. But it takes too long. If some brilliant chemist at CSU invents the cure to cancer today, it'll reach patients 20 years from now. And it literally takes twice as long as it should. There are 30,000 trials going on around the world right now. And just in the United States, we need 58 million patients today just to be able to enroll the trials that are going on today. It takes on average $2.8 billion to get a new drug to market. And if we can advance this and make research happen faster, if we can get more collaboration amongst all of the medical providers and make patients aware, we can cut the time and the cost of getting innovation to the market. That's what fires us up. That's what we do.
Wow.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Christine, do you want to say?
Yes, thank you. First of all, I love that our proclamation has so many statistics in it since we're scientists.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. We love offering medical research as a treatment option. It's very common when you go in, if you are unfortunate enough to have cancer, you'll be offered a clinical trial almost anywhere across the United States, but that's not always true of any other indication. So it's really nice to be able to offer hypertension trials or diabetes trials, whatever it is that plagues people day in and day out, and hopefully we can affect their quality of life by offering something they could not get in another way. And that's what we love about clinical trials, is helping the patients. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for bringing us this important information. Councilor Huff and then Councilor Barnes. Hold on. Huff first, then Councilor Barnes.
To both of you, but Christine, I wanted to speak to. We had the joy of riding on a flight together on an inner city trip, and got to meet each other and talk about what each one of us had going on in our lives. And I found her life to be very interesting. And she spent more time with me, like you do with the kids in school, to really explain it and help me to understand. So I've been following since then, and you all do great work. And she told me that the time would come that I would understand what was really going on.
Has it?
Yeah, it's there. Thank you for all you do, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Here we go. Doctor, I had the pleasure of coming to your office and meeting. I don't know if you remember, a couple years ago. And, you know, this is extremely important, what you are doing. And you're extremely active. And yes, there are a number of people who are completely unaware of clinical trials. Would you tell them your contact information, where you're located at, so individuals will know in case they're interested in going into a clinical trial?
Sure. We have 11 offices across the state of Georgia now. We have over 250 concurrent research trials going on in 30 medical specialties. We have research going on at the John B. Amos Cancer Center here in Columbus in hematology and oncology. We're doing nephrology research in town with several groups, pulmonary, cardiology, on and on it goes. But our main office is right on Talbotton Road, 800 Talbotton Road, and patients can contact us through our website, phone, stop in at any time. We love to teach. We'll explain more.
What's your website, the address, website address?
IACThealth.com. IACT is the Institute for the Advancement of Clinical Trials. IACThealth.com.
Fantastic. Well, come on around and let us congratulate you.
Thank you.
Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Let's make sure I want to give you Boy Scouts Day or something. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Do you know of any trials?
You need to call him.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, you should. All right. Next, we want to call forward the members of the Kiwanis Club of Greater Columbus. We got Kiwanis Club folks here. I see some of them in the back there. Here's Rick, a few folks, and we've got Counselor Mike Baker.
Dr. Culpepper. All right, good. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, guys, for coming, and appreciate all your work and service to our community. You go back a long way. Whereas the Kiwanis Club of Greater Columbus is a service organization chartered in 1963 and is comprised of caring men and women with an objective to bring aid to children in need, with the majority of their efforts benefiting children in our community. And whereas this organization involves itself in the community through service projects such as the collection kettles for the Salvation Army at Christmas, mentoring and assisting local high school Kiwanis Key Clubs, and through its partner in education program with Downtown Elementary Magnet Academy by providing books and readers to the children. And whereas the Kiwanis Club of Greater Columbus sponsors an annual Sweet Vidalia onion sale that has over the last 20 years sold over 530,000 pounds of sweet onions and raised over $187,000 that was donated to local agencies in support of children and youth in Columbus. And whereas during the month of May, its efforts will continue with another annual sale of Sweet Vidalia onions to help children and youth in our community. Now, therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim the month of May 2018 as Kiwanis Club of Greater Columbus Month. Congratulations. Thank you guys for your work.
Rick, you guys do such a great job. I ate onions for 2 months.
Well, Mayor, I hope you're going to eat onions for another 2 more months here. Thank you. We appreciate this. We thought it was important for us to come and share with you and the community about what this Kiwanis Club does and what it means to the community, and particularly how we try to support those activities that are going to support our youth and our children in this community. That's vital to us, and we want to make sure everybody understands that. I would be less than honest if I stood up here and didn't tell you that this is nothing really more than a cheap ploy, though, to sell you some more onions. We are in the midst of getting ready next week to start delivering onions. We are selling onions. I have each and every one of you already down for onions, whether you realize it or not. You just tell me how many bags you want, and we'll be glad to do it. I also want to let you know we do meet every Wednesday at 11:30 at St. Luke Ministry Center. For those who are looking for a civic club, those who are looking for somebody or an organization they can come and support children in this community, we would be glad to have you. We have a great group. We have great speakers. The mayor's been there on numerous occasions, and so has our city manager from that. So I want to say that to you. I also want to introduce to you the two gentlemen behind me. This is Ronnie Culpepper, who's a member of our club, and this is Jack Pope. And Jack, I want you to come just for a second and let them know what it all entails in terms of dealing with these onions, if you don't mind, because you got Jack has his hands full every year, but he very much volunteers to do this, and I have to twist his arm. But Jack, just let them know what goes on with the onion sale, if you would.
Next week we're gonna sell over 30,000 pounds of onions and deliver them all next week. So if you need some onions, we're going to have on Friday and Saturday, we're going to have our street sale. So that's where we sell the last of our onions every year. And this is the 21st year that we have done this project, and they've all been successful. And we're real proud to be able to raise the money for our kids in our community. Thank you.
And we really are proud of Jack and everybody who does this, because we all are volunteers. What I want to make sure you understand about the street sales, we will be doing them on what, Saturday and Sunday this year? Friday and Saturday, excuse me, Friday and Saturday. We'll be at the intersection right there at Green Island, where River Road and Bradley Park and all that good stuff comes together. And we'll also be out in front of Lowe's on Veterans to sell the onions. So if you can't catch one of us and get somebody to deliver onions to you personally, you certainly can come see us at one of those two sites. The 10-pound bag will go for $10, and a 25-pound bag goes for $22. And for y'all, well, I'll sell you two 10-pound bags for $20. So.
Rick, let me ask you, are those Vidalia onions?
These are sweet Vidalia onions.
Sweet Vidalia onions. And do they come with a cookbook? Because I've caramelized,
yes, ma'am,
I've
they do.
deep fried.
We will provide you with a cookbook.
Okay.
These come directly from the farm. They're not shipped to another warehouse, and we have to go pick them up. We had the gentleman come and speak to us about a month ago in terms of what his operation really means to us. But he actually comes and harvests them out of the field, of course, and brings them to us fresh. These are fresh, sweet Vidalia onions. You're not going to find anything any better, and you're not going to find a better cause than doing this.
Wonderful.
So thank you for your time.
Yeah, because after about 2 weeks, you got to get creative.
That's right. Well.
Anyway, thank you all so much. Thank you for all you do in your community. Mr. Culpepper, you want to say anything?
Just like to acknowledge that some of the organizations that we support have sold over $1,500 worth of onions to help us raise the money to help them.
Wow, fantastic. Will y'all come around and let us thank you? Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Looking forward to mine.
You got me. I'm glad it comes out of cookbook.
Get me a bag now, Rick. I'll take 10 pounds. That's one bag.
Right? One bag. Yeah.
Last year I got 2 bags, and all my because I was giving to my neighbors. They all had bags. I can't find anybody to take my onions.
have one already. I'm glad I could come.
All right. Next, we've got some very patient folks who've been waiting. The National Therapy Animal Day. We're going to ask y'all to come forward, Jessica, Angie, and Karen. And they've got a few of their therapy animals. One has been the most loved-on dog I've ever seen in City Council. Anyway, he's had a big time so far. No, they were the first. We moved them to the top. Yeah. Oh, look at them all.
Come up here. Y'all come up here.
Yeah, put them out. If y'all would, can you line up in front of the big desk here so we can get you on TV and everybody can see you? Oh, they're just so beautiful. So sweet. Yeah.
I know you're excited. Finally, you get to see all of them.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we got, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Counselor Thomas.
Thank you. It's a privilege to read this into our record. Whereas Pet Partners has designated April 30th as National Therapy Animal Day, and whereas Pet Partners therapy animal teams in Muskogee County play an essential role in improving human health and well-being through the human-animal bond, and whereas Pet Partners therapy animal teams make millions of visits each year in settings such as hospitals, nursing homes, schools, and hospice. And whereas Pet Partners therapy animal teams interact with a variety of people in our community, including veterans, seniors, patients, students facing literacy challenges, and those approaching end of life. And whereas these exceptional therapy animals who partner with their home companions bring comfort and healing to those in need. And whereas Angie Zapata restarted this program 12 years ago in the Columbus area with the help of Beverly Taylor. And whereas there are now 17 teams under Pet Partners of Columbus that do visits all over Columbus and Phoenix City. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, does hereby proclaim Tuesday, May 1st, 2018 as National Therapy Animal Day.
Right. All right. Please say a few words about the program.
Oh, hi, I'm Jessica Roberts, and I'm Miss Hummingbird Festival's Outstanding Teen. And I'd first like to thank you for letting the dogs come to the meeting. Thank you, Sam. Letting the dogs actually come today. I'd also like to introduce my princesses. This is Camden, and this is Trinity. And I'm part of the Miss America organization, and I'll be competing for Miss Georgia in 40 days. Well, Miss Georgia's Outstanding Teen in 40 days. And part of the competition is you have to choose a platform. And so I chose the platform People Helping Animals, Animals Helping People. And this will be my third year competing, and for the first 2 years, I mainly focused on the People Helping Animals aspect, which is really me partnering with animal shelters like Paws Humane. But really this year, I wanted to focus more on how animals help people, which one way is through my personal story, which is when I was in 5th grade, my Aunt Tracy had a stroke, and it paralyzed the entire right side of her body. And it basically immobilized her. It made her fear of going out and being active. But then a year and a half later, I got a teacup Yorkie, and my Yorkie broke its leg. And when she saw that my dog with a disability was able to get up and get moving and be active, it made me realize that therapy animals are impact people's lives every day, and how important it is to realize what therapy animals do for people.
Wow. Well, thank you, Jessica. How wonderful. I want you to introduce everybody. I think I know this nice-looking woman over here to your left, but introduce yourself. We'll start around.
Hello, I'm VJ Roberts. I'm Jessica's mom, and I'm so happy to be here and with this great Pet Partners and their partnership.
Hey, my name is Camden White.
Hi, my name is Trinity Wheeler.
I forgot someone on the side.
I'm Janet Rabin, and I'm one of the people that all these pets help.
I'm Wendy Harding, and my toy poodle, Lacey, is the smallest volunteer at St. Francis Hospital.
And introduce the therapy animals, too.
Hi, my name is Angie Zapata, and Beverly unfortunately could not be with us today. And I have Sam here with me. He's a 2-year-old Rottweiler.
Oh, Sam's precious. They're all precious.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Epeline Calderon, and this is Leo, and he's been with Pet Partners for 5 years, and he's 6 years old.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Scott, and I'm the handler for Clyde, the 6-year-old Dalmatian. He had a birthday yesterday.
All right.
Hi, I'm Karen Knutson, and this is Diesel. He's a 7-year-old Lab Akita mix.
I'm Shannon. This is Beethoven. He's a Paws Rescue. He's deaf, and he's American Bulldog, Shar-Pei, Alaska Malamute, Bull Mastiff Terrier, and found by Paws.
You must have done a
Yes.
DNA test for your...
We did do the DNA test.
Hi, I'm Nancy Nicewaner, and this is my dog Cooper. He's 7 years old, and he's a food hound.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Michelle Cox, and this is Pippa. I also have 2 other therapy dogs at home, and what we do is help coordinate with Piedmont Columbus Regional to train the new teams to go in a hospital environment.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, actually, I used to have 2 Dalmatians, and one was deaf. They weren't therapy dogs. You needed therapy if you owned them, though. They were a handful, as you know, with Dalmatians. But thank you all for what you do, and thank you for bringing light to this. Yes, did you want to say something else? Yeah.
I just wanted to say I'm also an evaluator for Pet Partners. So if anybody in here has a wonderful animal, doesn't matter if it's a llama or a rabbit, wants to become part of Pet Partners, they can contact me, and I will give them all the information they need to become certified.
Oh, how great.
Okay.
And now, is there a website or something?
Yes, it's called www.petpartners.org.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Which great information. Thank you. Come around and let us shake your hand. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Thank
And I just want to say that there are several people here that are supporting the animals as well, if they would stand. You know, different organizations. Come on, Tom, y'all can stand. Now they're being shy.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you for all you do. You bet. Thank you. And I gave Jessica all the proclamations. I'm sure you get them. Oh, I've got some stories about my Dalmatians. I'm going to write a book, an adventure book about them. Oh, you bet. Thank you. Oh, wasn't it a great program? Amazing. Hey, oh my goodness. Can I tell you stories about it? Owning a deaf dog. I'm going to write an adventure book. You won't even believe it. I mean, oh, not crazy. Oh, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for this great program. We're so appreciative.
She wanted to shake my hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you for all you do. Hey, sweet. Hey, sweet. Oh, so sweet. Thank you.
She wanted to shake my hand too.
Oh, you're not. All right. We're going to ask now, we've got a bunch of nurses in the house. We've got Columbus's Metro Black Nurses Association, Nurses, Inc. We got a whole slew of them. Y'all come on forward. Everybody here for Nurses Week. We've got Counselor Pops Barnes, too, who's going to read the proclamation. We can get all the nurses in the house up here. All nurses. And by the way, I didn't know that yellow was the color for nurses. So.
It's Chi Eta Phi.
Yeah.
That's the sorority I belong to.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm feeling a little bit queasy. Can somebody triage me quick?
Jesus, take the wheel.
You ought to stop. All righty. Somebody take the pictures for somebody? Okay, good.
We're going to need it.
So good to see these nurses here. I love doing proclamations, and you know I'm going to be partial when it comes to doing proclamations for nurses. And so it is always my pleasure each May to read a proclamation. It says, whereas nearly 3.1 million registered nurses in the United States comprise our nation's largest healthcare profession. And whereas over 2,200 registered nurses serve our Columbus, Georgia, and Fort Benning community. And whereas the breadth of the registered nursing profession meets the different and emerging healthcare needs of the Chattahoochee Valley population in a wide range of settings. And whereas professional nursing has been demonstrated to be an indispensable component in the safety and the quality of care for hospitalized patients. And whereas the demand for registered nursing services is greater than ever because of the aging of the American population, the continuing expansion of life-sustaining technology, and the growth of home health care services. And whereas we encourage all residents of the Columbus and Fort Benning to honor those registered nurses who care for all of us, to celebrate registered nursing's accomplishments and efforts, as well as to show appreciation for the nation's registered nurses, not just during this week, but at every opportunity throughout the year. Now, therefore, the Honorable Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, Teresa Pike Thomason, does hereby proclaim May 7th to the 12th, 2018 as Nurses Week in the city of Columbus, Georgia. Now, Mayor, there are a number of nursing organizations here. And we need nurses speak up for our sororities and associations.
Yeah.
So who wants to kick it off?
Why don't y'all come forward? We want everybody to introduce themselves, too.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman. I'm actually the president of the Black Nurses Association, but I'm also affiliated with other sororities as well. We find it an honor ourselves that you honor us on the things that we are doing based on our heart and the love that we love to do.
It sounded like that may not be on. Why don't you go ahead and take that away, and you come forward. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, again, thank you, Mayor and Councilman, for allowing us to be honored. But we are very honored to serve the community. We find it's the thing that's in our heart. It's not in the finances because, as you all know, we don't get paid as much as they say we do. But the payment is through the grace of God of what we give.
That's right.
And that's the love of the community and people. So as a president of the Black Nurses Association, I thank you on the bottom of my heart of our organization for allowing us this opportunity for you to recognize us. Pop Barnes, I know you're going to be meeting us shortly, so I will let the other organizations talk about that.
Okay.
But thanks again for all that you have asked us to do for you. So, thank you.
Thank you. And y'all come forward and
Chi
say your
Eta
name
Phi.
and what organization you're with. Oh, okay.
Chi Eta Phi.
Good evening. My name is DeMonica Cannon. I am the president of the local chapter here, Kappa Chi chapter, and I bring you greetings on behalf of our national president, Ms. Priscilla Murphy, and our Southeast Regional Director, Dr. Rhonda K. Hollis, who is a member of our chapter. We are a professional organization of registered nurses and nursing students, and we have over 8,000 members, which includes 101 graduate chapters and 41 undergraduate chapters, and that's at the college level. So we also have students in our organization. We were founded October the 16th, 1932 at Freeman Hospital in Washington, D.C. for two specific purposes, and that was to elevate the plane of nursing and to increase interest in the field of nursing. And we are guided by our motto, Service for Humanity, as we provide programs and projects through leadership, retention, recruitment, scholarship, and also I want to thank you all for this recognition. Thank you for thinking of us, Freda Barnes. He is in our organization, and we
Belong
thank...
to sorority. I belong to a sorority.
I see that.
But y'all
I
know
see
that.
Actually, history. So we want to thank you all
He's
for
no
this
dummy.
opportunity as well. Thank you.
Nurses, anyone from Nurses, Inc.? No? Fort Benning, Carol?
Yes, sir.
Say something about Fort Benning.
Yes, good afternoon, and it is an honor to be here to represent nurses and also to represent Martin Army Community Hospital. We do a great thing for our service members and retirees and our beneficiaries, and we are truly honored to have the opportunity to serve. As nurses, it's one of our greatest honors to be able to provide the services that our patients and other family members and visitors and coworkers as well require. So as of today, we are truly happy to kick off our Nurses Week that's coming up, and we are looking forward to the celebrations that's ahead. Thank you.
Good.
Right. Anyone else? Any other groups that we missed?
Any other groups? Okay, so someone's going to have to let someone well, I'll take Nurses, Inc., and I'll give it to Nurses,
Okay,
Inc.
all right, great. Y'all come on around. Let
Come
us
on
shake
around.
your- Wait, we've got some other new folks? Nurses?
Oh, yeah, come on, St. Francis nurse. Come on up. I thought you had gotten a message. Someone had called me and told me that you wanted to attend.
Hi,
Say
so my
something
name
about
is
St.
Teresa
Francis
Williams.
Nursing.
I'm the interim chief nursing officer at St. Francis Hospital, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank y'all. Let's come on around. Oh, one more. Okay.
St. Francis?
I'm Paige Harford, Administrative Director for Quality at St. Francis. And
There you
it's
go.
just
There
a
we
pleasure
go.
to be here, and thank you for allowing us to continue to serve our community and forward our mission of making communities healthier. Thank you.
Well, thank you for.
And I'd like to
all
say
those
something, Mayor.
join us. Yep.
One thing about nurses are always at the patient's bedside.
Yep.
And I've always had taken pride. And some of these individuals here, you see that lady right there? That lady used to be my boss at West Central.
Oh, she had her hands full.
She used to be my
Full-time
boss
job.
at West Central. I've always taken pride in being a nurse because nurses do care, and nurses care holistically for the patients. And so I'm so proud to, whenever I'm around nurses, just give me a rush.
Well, y'all come around. Let's congratulate them one more time, folks.
It's always a oh, good to see you. Hey, Agnes. At 10 o'clock on the 7th? Is it 10? Nurses rock. Nurses rock. Gwen, thank you for all your support on Facebook. I see it every time. Hey! Nurses rock. Hey, Mama. Hey, she did a good job, didn't she? Hey, look. Every year now, I expect you all to show up so you get your proclamation. Oh, that's the best there is. How you doing? Good seeing you. Thank you for coming. Oh, no, always a pleasure.
All right, we want to call forward those folks with building safety. We got John Hutchinson, Marcia Thomas, Robert Smith, Rick Batts, Stephen Fincher, Alan Brown, so on. So we got a whole bunch of folks. Y'all come on forward. Hey there. Hey, John. And we've got, let's see here, Counselor Mimi Woodson. Here we go.
Good evening. Well, it's a pleasure for me to read this as often as I bother John, even on the weekends, all hours of the day and the night. Sorry, John, I'll publicly apologize.
That's all right.
But it is a honor for me to go ahead and read this where it says, whereas the West Georgia Inspector Association is committed to the growth and strength of our cities, which depends on the safety and the economic value of the homes, building, and infrastructures, and serve our citizens both both in everyday life and in time of natural disasters. And whereas our confidence in the structure and talent of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion and values of guidance, building safety, and fire prevention officers, architects, engineer, builders, transporter, design professionals, laborers, and others in construction industry, who work year-round to ensure the safety of construction of buildings. And whereas this guardian and dedicated member of International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are expert in building environment to create and implement in the highest quality code to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, worship, and play. Whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community, the largest unknown guardians of public safety, our local code enforcers, who assume us of safety, assures the levee building that our essence to keep America great. Whereas building codes saves lives, the theme of Building Safety Month 2018 encourage all Americans to raise awareness of the importance of building safe, resistant construction, fire prevention, disaster, margin, and new technology in the construction industry. Building Safety Month 2018, encouraging proper steps and everyone can take to ensure the place where we live, learn, work, worship, and play are safe, and recognizing the countless lives have been saved due to the implementation of safety codes by local and state agencies. And whereas each year, in observation of Building Safety Month, America are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety and the economic investment in homes in the community, and to acknowledge the excellent service provided to all of us by local and state building departments, fire prevention bureaus, and federal agencies to protect lives and properties. Now, therefore, I, Teresa Pipe Thomas, and Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2018 as Building Safety Month.
Good evening, John.
Good evening. I guess the International Code Council, we promote building safety every day, and this is kind of our month to show a little bit more detail on it. You have the International Code Council, which is at the national level. Each state then has their own Building Officials Association, which we're a part of the Building Officials Association of Georgia, and then the West Georgia Inspectors Association is your local representative. We have over almost 150 members, so it's not just building inspectors. We have tradespeople, we have contractors, developers, and typically we have classes during the year that kind of explain the codes. So a lot of people have questions of why do we enforce this the way we enforce it, and then we have the class and you're hearing it straight from the horse's mouth, and we're like, well, we told you, we weren't just making this stuff up. These are the codes, and it's not just enforced here, but all over. I have two of my board members here. Like I said, we had a couple of scheduling mishaps, but we got all here together. I have a quick video because I got my wisdom teeth pulled, so it's a lot easier for me to show the video than talk as much. So I'll let them take it away.
All communities need building codes to protect their citizens from disasters like fires, inclement weather, and structural collapse. Current strong building codes are the best way to protect our homes, offices, schools, and manufacturing facilities. Code officials work tirelessly every day to enforce building codes that keep the public safe and our communities strong. Each May, the International Code Council sponsors Building Safety Month to highlight important aspects of building safety so civic leaders and citizens understand and appreciate how building codes and inspectors ensure safety where we live, work, and play. We focus on several critical aspects of building safety. One important aspect is mentoring the next generation of building professionals and meeting the future need for more trained building inspectors, plumbing inspectors, and fire marshals. ICC created its high school technical training program for this reason. The HSTTP helps students understand how codes and regulations are used and provides them with up-to-date code knowledge and training that leads to a skilled workforce. We also promote awareness of the importance of building design solutions for all ages, especially our vulnerable aging populations. As 1/4 of the U.S. population reaches retirement age in the next decade, this trend will affect every interior environment, private, commercial, and public. We need smart solutions that grow with a complex community dynamic. Another area ICC emphasizes is the role that disaster preparedness plays in our communities. History has shown time and again how strong, up-to-date building codes are often the difference between life and death. We can't control when disaster strikes, but by adopting current strong building codes and increasing effective code administration, we can protect our communities from the effects of natural hazards. These important safety methods preserve and protect our health and safety during a disaster, decrease our insurance and tax rates, protect our economic investments, ensure continuity of essential community services, and bolster rapid recovery. Lastly, when it comes to building safety, investments in technology benefit us all by making our communities safer, more productive, and by stimulating economic growth. Science and technology are leading the way for designing and constructing safe, efficient, and resilient homes and buildings. Up-to-date building safety codes and standards allow buildings to incorporate proven technology, ensuring safety for lives, properties, and investments. While Building Safety Month is a time to reflect how our lives are improved through building codes, as well as the men and women who ensure they are used effectively, the message is important year-round. We encourage all to learn more and help spread the word in their communities. Good building codes and effective code administration protects lives, ensures safety, and makes communities stronger. Visit our website, iccsafe.org, to learn more about how to make your community as strong as it can be.
Did you introduce folks? Y'all want to say anything?
Rob Smith, I'm the Vice President of West Georgia.
Thank you. I'm Alan Brown, board member of the West Georgia Inspector Association.
Great. Well, thank you all for what you do, and we appreciate you being here. Come around and let us shake your hand and thank you for all you do. Let's give them another round of applause, folks. Great to meet you. Thank you so much. All right. We want to call forward next the folks with Breaking Barriers for Change Day. We've got Carolyn Edwards Golden. Yes, hello. Come forward. And we have Councilor Woodson with the proclamation.
Would you like your guests to be with you, or are you fine?
Would you like to come up?
They're coming up.
All right.
Good evening. Whereas civic knowledge has winning in the academy, it has been Carol Edwards Golden Goal to engage and inform many adults with disability who lack civic education. And whereas these adults need to know their rights and responsibility as citizens in America. Recently, events changes in the American with Disability Act reminds us that those people who exercise these rights to prevent equality and quality of life, whereas civic knowledge has to be learned and is a lifeline for those who have so many barriers preventing participation in public life. And whereas Civic 101 is the 6-week program created by Carol Edwards Golden, an agent of change. During the 6-week program, volunteers assist by sharing their time, energy, and local recreation center, specializing designs with special needs in mind. And whereas in the 2016 election year, participants learn about citizenship, the voting process, democratic process, and procedures, disability voting right, and constitutional right duties, as well as the value of public servant. And whereas families are pleased as this program removes barriers for adults with disabilities, 2 of the participants were able to vote for the first time in 2016 United States president election. And whereas empathy was the criteria that birthed this type of service to the community, and said it, the motion includes the education and developing aids for special needs citizens and their family. Now therefore, I, Teresa Pipe Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, May the 1st, 2008 as Breaking Barriers for Changing Day.
All right. Please say a few words.
Yes, I would like to say this project was so dear to my heart because the inspiration for it was 2 of my 4 adult children. These 2 adult children are familiar with disability. This is my second oldest son, Paul, who is a 20-year brain tumor survivor. And this is my daughter, Wesley, who has a learning disability as a result of a birth brain injury.
Oh.
You know, the families who have disabled family members are very unique, and that's a unique dynamic that I understand. And so when I created this program, I wanted to give back to the disabled families in this community, because I know they need so much. And I have a special love for disabled people. I love them. I think our community of persons with disability is the best part of us because they're easy to get along with. They're always giving. They're always smiling. And usually all they ask is that you smile back. They're just great examples of what human beings should be. And so when I wrote this 6-week program and presented it to a local rec center, I'm so pleased to be able to teach those 38 young adults with disability and middle-aged adults with disability, because in my mind, I needed to make sure that even though we don't know what mental capacity they have, in my mind, if they could just hear it, they would know that they have rights. And in a time such as this, they need to be able to vote. They need to be able to understand what their role is as a citizen. They need to be able to take part in the equality of their quality of life. And so when I wrote it, like I said, this young lady right here, I taught her for 10 years as a homeschooler. And at the end of her education, around 11th and 12th grade, I thought about civics and I thought about her. I thought about she needs to know what she needs to do to survive in this world. And so once she graduated, by the way, she has a diploma, I said, why not introduce this or share this with the community? And I did. And it was a great thing. Everybody enjoyed it. We had graduation. We had a little party. I gave out certificates. And I understand from the director that 2 of those young adults were able to vote in 2016. They actually went and voted because of what they learned in that 6-week program. And what I would like to do is do this program again in this city to whoever would ask me to come and implement this program for our disabled adults, because they just need to know what their rights are. And I'm here ready and willing to give of myself, to give of my experience, to share with the community, to strengthen this community. and to be a community servant. Thank you.
Well, thank you so very much for what you do. Would any of you all like to say anything? Come forward. Yes.
I'm Paul Golden Jr., and I just want to thank the City of Columbus for recognizing my mother's creation, and it's well-deserved. Thank you.
Oh, so sweet. All right. Anything else, sir? Okay. Will you all come around and let us shake your hand? Very proud indeed. Last but not least, you can see the team we have in the back, all in blue. We're going to ask those folks with our Parks and Rec department to please come forward. Parks and Rec, come on forward. They wised up. They've been last before, so they waited outside to come in.
They're too rowdy.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So we have to go out back.
All right, we got Councilor Bruce Huff for the special proclamation.
Good evening, Parks and Rec.
Good evening.
So you all learned how to get it together. Everybody came in like it was military.
That's right.
Glad to have you here today. This is near and dear to my heart because we talk about this all the time, because I played outside as a kid. Had one or two parks they had to take me to during my time, but we used to relish the moment to go to a park or to actually jump the fence to play on a playground somewhere that we couldn't get into. So you all keep doing what you're doing, and we're going to present this proclamation to you, but we still have to keep working, all of us in the room, to get the kids back to the park. The proclamation reads, whereas May 19th, 2018 is the 8th annual National Kids to Parks Day, organized and launched by the National Park Trust. And whereas National Kids to Parks Day empowers kids and encourages families to get outdoors and visit America's parks. And whereas it is important to introduce a new generation to our nation's parks because of the decline in park attendance over the last decade. And whereas we should encourage children to lead a more active lifestyle to combat the issues of childhood obesity, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and hypercholesterolemia. And whereas National Kids to Parks Day is open to all children and adults across the country to encourage a large and diverse group of participants. And whereas National Kids to Parks Day will broaden children's appreciation for nature and the outdoors. Now therefore, Teresa Pike Tomlinson, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Saturday, May 19, 2018 as National Kids to Parks Day.
Hello, Holly, hello.
Hello.
You all
hello,
tell us
hello.
a little bit about it.
Well, May 19 is a national day, a day certified by our National Park and Recreation Association, where that we encourage parents to take their kids out to the local parks, to do these activities with their kids. We all know, as Bruce said, we grew up playing outside on the fields, but with electronics today, kids don't know what outside is. So we try to come back with that one national day that we can encourage our kids to come outside, the parents come outside, bring your kids outside, and let's have a good time with your kids. We will be celebrating this once again down at Lake Bottom Park. We have a lot of things in store. We have a lot of games. We have some vendors coming on board, and also we're going to have our section, which is Church Truck. With Church Truck, we went around to a lot of the local vendors to ask them to have somebody to come on board so that the kids can go and look at a dump truck, a police car, or Metro bus to see what, and ask questions what these careers consist of. So we ask that this word get out to our parents and our community, because the first 100 kids register will receive T-shirts, and we have a lot of door prizes. I think we got a neighborhood of 4 bikes. We got bikes, we got trip, we got a lot of things that we're trying to encourage our parents to get our kids out, to come out on that National Day so that we all can have fun.
What time?
The event is May 19 at Lake Bottom Park. It would be from 10 to 1. So we'll get you in, have some little party with your kids, and then you go on by your business. You got the rest of the day. Okay?
All right, fantastic. Well, we're going to have a big crowd, I can tell. And,
yes.
And Holly, you want to say a few words?
Sure. Just want to say thank you to the staff that's here tonight. The staff that you see before you represents our Recreation Services Division. So when you have constituents that are asking about our rec centers, our senior centers, therapeutics, and our arts division, these are the staff that run those facilities, senior centers as well. And I couldn't say thank you enough for the staff and what they do each and every day. And the event is put on. These are the folks that do the work. They're the behind the scenes. And there's a lot that goes into an event like this. They plan for about 9 months to a year to make this successful. And it's going to be huge. Last year, I think we saw about 300 kids. It was the first time we did it there. We've done it multiple times, but not at Lake Bottom. And we found last year that that seems to be a great place for us in the community. It's very centrally located, so it's easy for everyone to access. It has bus transportation, so everyone can come out and join us. And we just look forward to the community coming and joining us on that Saturday. So we can't say thank you enough.
Well, thank you so much. And we want to meet every one of you all. We know you, but someone at home might not. So y'all step forward. I'm sorry the handheld's not working right. And just say hello. And
Good evening. Tim Marshall, Frank Chester Center.
Vicki Williams, Salmon Road Recreation Center.
Julie Lloyd, Britt David, Cultural Arts.
Kathy Dean, Fox Senior Center.
Joy Hendricks, Frank Chester Senior Center.
William Sanks, 29th Street Gym.
T.C. Boterford, Northside Rec.
Kwame Brown, D. Culver Park.
Bryant McKissick, Boxwood Community Center.
Cleotis Brown, 8th Street, Michael Llewellyn Community Center.
Shahar Thrasher, the Therapy Recreation Supervisor.
Christella Johnson, Edgewood Senior Centers.
Sharon Hunter, Shirley B. Winston, Recreation Center.
Janet Langen, Commerce Center.
all right. Well, thank you all for all you do. Holly, any closing
Just one thing we wanted to make mention tonight before we leave, because we don't know if we'll be back before this occurs, but we wanted to let the community know that Mr. William Sanks, right here in the middle, from 29th Street Gym, will be retiring from our department as of June 30th. And Mr. Sanks has 40 years with the city of Columbus. We're certainly going to miss Mr. Sanks. He's been an integral part of our department for, you can imagine, those 40 years, and so it's going to be a huge loss for us, and we just appreciate all that he's done.
I want to personally congratulate, bring him up real quick. Right there. Yeah. Congratulations to you, but I don't know if all of you all know this, and me talking about playing outside and everything, we all came up together. So I know he understands what we've tried to do over the years to get the kids together and bring them back to a unit to learn how to have a good old-fashioned good time and stay out of trouble. And it's just good to see you. We've gone from childhood to this point, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sykes, thank you so much for your service. Congratulations. Y'all come around and let me shake your hand. When did you start?
74.
Congratulations. Thank you all so much for what you do. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for all you do. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all your hard work. Oh, thank you so much. Good to see you. Hey there, thank you. Hey there. I'm going to give these to you, then you hand them out. Holly, congratulations.
I want to be invited to that party. I hope I'll be good.
Oh, yeah. You should have some, yeah. What's that? What?
What's want to take a picture?
Oh, yeah, wait just 1 minute, we're going to get it. Okay. All right, well, as you all know, we have citizens that serve on the boards of the city that help us out in formulating policy and giving us suggestions. And so when they finish their term, we, of course, make sure they have resolutions. And I'm going to read a few out here of folks that are retiring from their board service. And this will be resolutions expressing the appreciation for their service, and it begins with Mr. Paul Hernandez on the Commission on International Relations and Cultural Liaison Encounters, Mr. Danny Arsenbia for his service on CIRCLE, the Commission on International Relations and Cultural Liaison Encounters, Mr. Gary Bruce for his meritorious service on the Recreation Advisory Board, Mr. Jay Lewis for his service on the Crime Prevention Board, Ms. Sandra Akamoto for her service on Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission, Mr. Billy Watson for his service on the Retirees Health Benefit Committee, Ms. Janice Beebe for her service on the Retirees Health Benefit Committee. And I'll entertain a motion for approval. All those in favor, please state aye. We will make certain that these individuals get these resolutions. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to.
All right, and a second. All those in favor, please state aye. Great, we are adjourned. Thank you so much.